Mortal Kombat!
My name is Benjamin Walden,
I'm Sterling Anderson.
and we represent theGamer.bg. Today is April 20th, and we are featuring...
Mortal Kombat, the new one,
Right.
as opposed to the
excited
first
about
one for the Super Nintendo.
That's right. And we did a small bit on it at E3 last year, and so we were really excited to get our hands on it and see how it went, and I was not disappointed at all.
No, me neither.
As far as my first impression, I'm only about 4 hours into the game at this point.
I think I've gone through maybe like 5 fights, 2 with you.
So, right.
But yeah, the moves are a lot easier to pull
One of
off.
which he lost. I just want to say that.
That's not true. But yeah, it's a lot easier to play. The graphics are obviously a lot better. It doesn't look quite like a B-rated horror film. And I think more importantly, we can finally settle the question of who would win between a resurrected demon ninja and a futuristic cyborg ninja.
Which I think the futuristic cyborg ninja wins every
I think that was hands down futuristic cyborg ninja.
No doubt.
Although the demon ninja puts up a good fight.
Speaking of the Cyrax and
Scorpion.
the machines in there,
Oh.
I enjoyed Cyrax's human form in this one, as opposed to the last in the series.
Yeah, the things like alternate costumes and different features that you can buy in the game kind of, I think, add a lot more to it other than just, fighting over and over again. So it's got a lot more replay value, being able to play through different costumes and different weapons. I think it pulls out. We purchased Scorpion's spear somehow.
Right.
But, so yeah, definitely a rent. Probably a let your friend buy this game and then go over to his house and play it all the time.
Another thing I really like about it is the xray. I mean, we had featured that last time. They had featured that last time when we did our interviews at E3, and I really enjoyed how they implemented them. I was thinking that it was going to be, and I remember the first few times we were wondering if it was just going to be a one-button hit, and that was pretty much it. But the fact is, you have this bar that goes across the bottom of your screen, each player, and there's 3 levels of it, and each level gives you different abilities. So you're not just waiting until you get that X-ray, and you can choose to do that, and it is pretty badass to watch those X-ray sequences and beating the shit out of the rib cage and things like that is very entertaining. But there is also other moves that you can do. You can do more power moves at level 1, and then upgraded moves at level 2, and then of course your X-ray at level 3.
They definitely put a lot more work into the different characters and what their X-ray moves are, and it's not every character has their own fireball in a different color, and every character has their own teleport. Now it's every character has a completely different set of skills and moves, and their X-rays are it's a dance for everyone. But I mean, it's comparable to the other fighting games that have been coming out, Marvel vs. Capcom, Super Street Fighter. It is nice that they made that X-ray move just be like, as long as you can charge up your bar, R2 and L2, and
Right.
you've basically taken out the game.
And I'm thinking with the X-ray bar, I mean, I think it really represents what this game has come out and changed. I think from its predecessors, I think that stuff is so much more smooth with that. I think the combos are more smooth. You can go in and out of combos much better.
Absolutely.
You can mix moves more accurately. I really enjoy how they've implemented that for sure.
And I mean, just the fact that it's not a hidden set of skills you have to go online to find the different fatalities and whatnot. I mean, you press pause, you've got a move list, you can find out what moves
Right.
you can do, and I don't know, it just made it a lot more fun because it wasn't such a hassle to try to find out what your different moves are.
So yeah, and I guess I would have to take the opposite approach to that. I really enjoyed how legendary the fatalities were in the first one. Didn't so it's like could Johnny Cage actually do that? We heard of that somewhere.
Yeah, and I remember my experience with the first 5 Mortal Kombat games was that I'd try to do a fatality with Raiden, and the only thing I could end up doing was, jumping behind him and going, "Rawr!" and then he would fall over from shock. That was my fatality. So it's nice to finally know, okay, now I can finally electrify him or tear him apart.
Well, I think especially with now, I mean, with the internet being so much bigger than it was, when Mortal Kombat first came out, I think it would be pretty, hard to make it as hidden as it used to be, So
yeah, call me lazy, but it's nice. Well, I mean, another feature in here is that not all your your fatalities are unlocked. And that's right, you have multiple fatalities. So have fun with your first original fatality set, and then go ahead and play the game some more and see if you can unlock the other 2 or 3.
Right. Which, speaking of unlocking and the crypt and also story mode, I was actually quite impressed. I mean, some of the voiceovers were, but I mean, overall, I think I had a really good time with the single player, which usually isn't the case with Mortal Kombat story mode. And then for all the classic players out there, they still have the tournament mode where you can just go up the bracket as well, which is also nice.
Exactly. Yeah, getting a little background on all the different characters was nice. I had no idea that Sub-Zero and Scorpion were mortal enemies. I just knew that they had opposite colors, and that's why they fought. So that's something that we learned today, was that Sub-Zero ruined Scorpion's life.
Anyway, so definitely rent it, and if you're a fighting game fan or even a Mortal Kombat fan, you're gonna want to buy this one.
Especially if your friends want to fight with you but aren't willing to shell the cash.
Anyway, we're hoping to do a nice review on this for you to discuss in more depth each of the things we've discussed here, and also more things that we've missed in our 4 hours of gameplay with this game. We're excited to be playing this week, and also catch us on Portal 2 and many other games that are coming up here.
Choose your destiny. Flawless victory. Choose your destiny.